with Skyda taking the lead, one game in this best-of-3 series.
Indeed, and a little bit of a weird game here and there, mistakes made, but obviously you just got to think that these guys are making mistakes not equal to their skill level, but they're at a big tournament like this with a lot of money on the line, so mistakes will definitely happen.
Oh yeah, and especially if you haven't had much experience playing in a live tournament environment on a computer that isn't yours, as opposed to, say, at home on the internet. It is an entirely different thing, as even the Grandmaster League players will tell you. And you remember the case of Nurchio, of course, the guy who tore it up in pretty much every online tournament. And then, of course, when he went to those offline events, he was a bit shakier than you would have expected.
Yeah, I mean, Nurchio is a great example, but I think the best example in the world right now is Huck. His first live event was in IEM group stages like 1 year ago, and he went out in the group stages cleanly. Everybody was hyping him because he was so good online.
Yeah.
Smack out in the group stages. I mean, I think even he lost to Artosis, actually, you know, which Artosis right then was playing a bit, but still casting a lot, wasn't that into the game. And, you know, he lost then. And now, all of a sudden, Huck is arguably the best foreigner in the world after having, you know, a year's full experience.
He's pretty good. I think that actually was the point where Artosis just retired from playing and just said, you know, I've won, I've beat Huck, that's it, that's all we need. It's all good.
That's the reason for Artosis' retirement.
Perhaps, yes, we could blame Huck for that. We can blame Huck for a great many things. Whatever the case, I bring you the one and only Jake. He is in the pink trunks, and he is playing Zerg to the southeast of this particular map, which is, of course, large. Ergo, it is Talda Malta versus his opponent. One and only Skyda in the baby blue trunks up to the northwest. He is playing Protoss.
And we do have that Forge first here on 14 supply. He's looking for that fast Nexus to be really economy-based and then look for some mid-game execution to kind of take advantage of the economy you're going to get early to push you strong into that mid-game. And he's not going to scout first. Well, he actually sends out double scout, actually. I didn't even realize that. I was watching another probe. Sends out 2 scouts to actually find out, can you Nexus first? And that's the reason why sending out 2 probes early on. Even though it hurts your economy to do it, the information you get to be able to build a Nexus first makes more than worth double
exactly.
probes.
It hurts your economy more if your economy explodes because you didn't see something coming. That's always something. Better to be safe than sorry. Whatever the case, Skyda is going to be a little bit. This is a little bit of Huck-style harassment right here, trying to prevent some mining right there. Whatever the case, that didn't work out too well, but it's cool that he tried nonetheless. Here comes the Nexus, and Jake will scout that, and he really can't put on too much immediate pressure. I mean, he could go straight for 6 lings right now, but really, what's that going to accomplish? There'll be a cannon up by the time he gets there, and this is a very large map, so it is incredibly normal for a Protoss to go for a Nexus first on this map.
He's got to be careful including that cannon into the wall. I think it's going to be okay if he puts the Cybernetics core just in front of that cannon.
Yeah.
But that's always a big weakness when you have a cannon in the wall itself. It usually wants to be behind the wall. Just because of bailing busts or anything like that, and you create a big wall if that cannon does go down.
Yeah, cannons don't have that much HP in total. Even in comparison to a pylon, they're actually weaker.
And very smart play here from Jake, just moving around Overlords in position of potential pylons going down. And this one Overlord already going in a location that is quite known for going pylons down, so he's going to go down there, possibility for that to happen. And equally, links are moving out on the map now as well. And there is that Cybernetics core to create that wall off in between the cannon as well. Having the cannon in the wall, though, I'm not a fan of that personally, but obviously Skyda is a fan.
Yeah, it's a potential weakness, and really you want to try and kill the cannon anyway. It's a big target, and as such, you generally put it behind the bigger, meatier buildings that are more difficult to kill, especially against Zerg. Banelings will smash through that, no problem at all, and then what have you got to defend with? You're going to have a massive leak in the wall, and I have to wonder if Jake's going to respond to that immediately, perhaps with some kind of Baneling nest. There is a possibility, but he has thrown down his hatchery. That's almost completed. We'll see if he decides to go Baneling off. He's just going to keep macroing.
Oh, so a Twilight Council going down here. Decides to go for the research for the warp gate, then cancels it and throws the Twilight down. This can still mean a lot of things. That it probably means we're going to see DTs.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to go Blink Stalkers, why on earth would you get the Blink out so early that you're going to affect 3 Blink Stalkers when that could have been extra gateways already? So we're going to have some funky mid-game Blink Stalker time, DT timing here.
Yeah. And
with that pylon, or potential pylon in the bottom left of the map, he's going to be able to build a pylon here and then move DTs into the base. But at the same time, we do have a very, very standard evolution chamber timing going down between the 6-7 minute mark. The most crisp timing for that would have been on 7:15. But obviously Jake playing ultra safe here. And he is actually going to go for Blink, which is incredibly early here. And I mean, it's a little bit of a mistake because usually you want to get the second and third gateway out first, then the Twilight Cancel, then the rest of the gateways. Because now you're going to have Blink way too early. You're going to potentially reveal it if you do Blink, and also if an Overlord goes in, it's going to spot it too.
Yep, that's a little bit of a smorgasbord of things not to do when dealing with Blink. In the meantime, Jed Lair, yes, let's get that one right, shall we? It's Jer, folks. That is Lair, it's Jake's Lair, in fact. And he's also got a Roach on the way as well. Melee attack upgrade coming in, so a nice little combo of Roachling for the time being, possibly looking for Roach speed. Kind of important here, and that is a lot of gateways coming up. This looks to be, it'll be a 6-gate Blink Stalker on 2 bases, which it works, there's nothing wrong with it.
And here comes the Overlord in there to spot this now, sees the Twilight Council, sees all the gateways being added on, immediately knows what he's facing against. And as he's already almost at lair now, he should be throwing down a Hydra Den immediately. A couple of Spine Curls onto that natural as well. We already see the aggressive pylon at the south side now for Skyda as he gets ready to launch this huge attack wave of Blink Stalkers on to Jake. And is Jake going to be prepared for this?
Well, at the moment, I would say absolutely not. He doesn't really have what he needs in order to deal with that. He's continuing to build Zerglings in fairly large amounts. He's going for Infestors as well, which is fine, but the problem is he's not going to have the Infestation Pit, plus the Pathogen Glands upgrade, plus enough Infestors in the mix before those Blink Stalkers hit. In fact, I don't think he's going to have any Infestors before these Blink Stalkers hit, because Skyda is going in there with only 5, which will be enough to do a little bit of harassment.
There are a lot of Lings that are out, though, and we do have +1 about to finish, too. Infestor Pit going down, which is incredibly brave. Obviously, because you have to get the Panathan Glands research first. These Stalkers, though, are the bravest units out of them all as they attempt to kind of chase down these Lings, but
not the best
Lings
idea.
are going to turn around for sure.
Yeah, that's not a very good idea at all, and Blink will not save you all that much against that many Zerglings with +1. However, an additional Warping is coming in right there. He's going to nuke down the pylon, at least that's what he's looking to do right now, and he tries to get a surround on. There is a lot of Stalker firepower coming down. Quick Blink out there. A lot of damage being done by these Zerglings, though, who have blunted this attack for the time being. It's very easy to continue to reinforce. Routing Skyda right there. Nicely played there by Jake.
Wow, I mean, Pure Lings is a pretty good counter to Pure Blink Stalkers as well.
Nothing wrong with that.
And especially if you don't have the best Blink Micro, which wasn't that clean there.
No, it wasn't.
And now we are in a huge amount of trouble for Skyda right now. We do have Panathan Glands on its way. Double upgrades are being researched for these Lings. +2 melee attack and the +1 Carapace are on its way, which are going to make these Lings so strong. And in comes a huge attack here, and there's no sentries whatsoever.
No, there are not. And there's that weakness you were talking about. The Photon Cannon shield's already down. They will collapse after it's taken a couple of Zerglings. The Forge is going to go down as well. And Skyda is about to be covered in pain as the Zerglings swarm in, annihilate everything that's on there. An additional Warping comes in. He looks for the surround. A quick Blink out there, quite smart, but it's not going to matter too much. Just going to be able to get a great surround on that and smash his way through the Blink Stalkers. Zealots now being warped in to try and deal with these Zerglings. They may be able to repulse that attack, but damage has been done. It's a shame he didn't take the Forge out. He could have poked at that a little bit more. But whatever the case, I think he's exposed a critical weakness there. And with Infestors following up, this is going to get really bad for Skyda really fast.
Yeah, Infestors are on the way. He doesn't even need to Fungal Growth. He just needs to launch down like 20 Infested Terrans, and all of a sudden there's nothing that Skyda can do now. And he has a lot of energy. 100 energy, another 100 energy Infestor, another 100 energy. So in total, we're looking at a lot of Infested Terrans coming down. The Forge is also going to go down now as well. It's picked off that weak building, and in comes the Infestors.
Yep, Infestors to follow this one up. The level 2 melee upgrade coming in as well. GG, ladies and gentlemen, there you go. Jake is right back in the fight after some absolutely fantastic